السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بكم أيها الطلاب الكرام. اليوم سنأخذ الدرس الثاني عشر. Today we're going to take lesson 12. الجزء الأول, part 1. If you look at the top of the page, it starts out similar to how all the previous lessons started out. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You know the greeting. But afterwards, we see that they are now addressing a different gender. They're addressing the feminine gender. Oh, we got some rain in here. Just in case you guys hear that background noise, there's some heavy rain going on outside the studio. Just disregard it. He says here, كيف حالك يا بنت. كيف حالك يا بنت. Let me get my pen. نعرف means we know. When we're talking to somebody, عندما نتكلم. That's a good word. I'm going to put that on the board for you guys. You're going to write down تكلم and you're going to say يتكلم. يتكلم. Past, present, ماضي, مضارع. Alright? Why do I want to tell you that? لأني, because I, right? أتكلم معكم. I am speaking with you or with you all. تكلمت, I spoke, right? That's for the past. I spoke to you. تكلمت معك. Give it a try. تكلمت معه. I spoke with him. تكلمت معهم. I spoke with them. أتكلم, I said because it's for I. You've not taken مضارع, but just remember it as is. أتكلم معك. All right, why do I want to say all that? Because عندما تتكلم, when you speak مع أحد, with someone, عندما تتكلم مع أحد, ماذا تقول له? ماذا تقول له? What do you say to them? السلام عليكم. And then you would say كيف حالك? أخذنا هذا. كيف حالك. حالك. ك للذكر. ك للذكر, masculine. If you're speaking to a woman, كيف حالك. And this should obviously be, you're speaking to your mahram. I don't want anyone to take what I teach them from Arabic and then go try to pick up girls in Arabic by saying كيف حالك. All right? Use this for your maharim. Both of them mean, how are you? Are there other ways to say, how are you? Plenty. Plenty of other ways. But for now, you're going to learn كيف حالك, masculine. كيف حالك, feminine. And I'm pretty sure I hinted and pointed towards this kasra for a feminine beforehand. Now, let's go on and read. أنا بخير والحمد لله. هذا واضح. هذا واضح. واضح means clear. واضح. واضح. He says من أين أنت. من أين أنت. أخذنا أنت. We've taken أنت. أخذنا أنت. How are you? Oh, I'm sorry, where are you from? أنا من الرياض. أنا من الرياض. وأنتم تجيبون من الدولة التي أنتم منها. And you all answer with the country where you're from. So, somebody says, من أين أنت يا جبريل? أنا. You say, أنا من اليمن. من أين أنت يا فيصل. He says أنا من الهند. من أين أنت يا محمد. أنا من, and you pick whatever دولة you are from. People are asking about vocabulary. I'm going to throw some on there, and if I throw it on there, you could take my vocabulary. دولة, right? Or you say بلد. بلد. بلد means city or town, but it can also mean country. City or town, but also means country. بلد or دولة. This is country specifically. Let's keep going. ما اسمك. ما اسمك. ما اسمك. And we also said if you're speaking to a male, ما اسمك. There's something I always have to point out because people tend to forget. And it is, if you're talking and you get to the end of your sentence, you would normally say كيف حالك with a sukun, and it will be said the same if it was for a female. كيف حالك, it would be said the same. But because I need you to know the difference, I constantly make the sound there. All right? The word hal, and we broke this down before, I'm certain of it. Hal, it means side. It means like position or status as well. You add it with a kaf for ka, anta, or you add it with a ki, anti. It's not going to change what this letter is, haluki, haluka. It doesn't change whatever you add here. It's not going to change that. All right? But again, when you speak to people, they will change it. They'll say halik for a girl. Kaif halik, and not haluk. So whatever I teach you guys here, know that when you go to apply it for people or speaking, it will be a little bit different. Ismi, after masmuki, Ismi Amina. Ismi Amina. My name is Amina. Aina abuki. What do you want from her dad? Where's this guy going? Abi huna fil Madinah al Munawwara. He says, Aina abuki, where's your father? Abi huna fil Madinah al Munawwara. Abi huna is my father is here. Fi al Madinah al Munawwara. Hunaka is there. Huna, here. Hunak, there. Huna, here. Hunak, there. I know I said it several times, but I don't want you to forget. هو موجه في المدرسة الثانوية. هو موجه. موجه is like a director. All right? It says he is a director in the secondary school. And I believe موجه can also be similar to a, what do they call it? I think it's a mustashar, like a counselor. But either way, موجه could be a director, and I believe it's also like a kind of counselor as well. وَأَيْنَ أُمُّكِ وَأَيْنَ أُمُّكِ. Where's your mother? And you're noticing they're all ending with ki for anti, you feminine. هي أيضا هنا. هي أيضا هنا. She's also here. هي طبيبة في مستشفى الولادة. هي طبيبة في مستشفى الولادة. I'm going to erase this real quick, and we're going to take this word مستشفى because I know this ya with no dots is going to confuse people. Now, it says هي طبيبة, she's a doctor, في مستشفى. ما معنى مستشفى؟ مستشفى. Okay, this right here, this is fa, this is a ya. Okay, well, we're going to take what it is. When you see this letter and this letter with dots, now we have these two yas up here. Now, in the Quran, when this is shown with no dots, it's a ya, okay? This comes up also on words like alladhi, allati, fi, right? But when you get this at the end of a word, if they want it to be used as an alif maqsura, they will add a small alif above it, okay? Like Musa, right? Isa, they'll have a small alif above that. Otherwise, it's going to be used as a ya. And the same with this one will have a ya anyways. Now, on mustashfa, now we're outside of the Quran. Outside of the Quran, if you write this with no dots, it is a alif maqsura, a short alif. Why am I bringing all of this? Because when we write down fi on the alif, can we show the kasra? Can we show that this is now majroor بسبب الفاء? Can we show that this is majroor بسبب الفاء? He's like, what's بسبب? بسبب. That's بسبب, okay? I said بسبب الفاء because مضاف إليه. All right. Because of, because the reason. Why can't we show that this is majroor? Because alif maqsura cannot show that it has a kasra on it. All right? And the reason being is because it would change how you pronounce this word. You would say fi mustashfayi. All right? So some letters, they will not show it because it's too heavy, or some letters will show it because they're excused from showing it because of the letter. One is called a thiqal and the other is called a ta'adhur. Regardless, you don't need to know which one is which. You just have to know that this letter will not show it. Okay? And it will stay as mustashfa. But it will, however, al-wiladati. Mudaf, mudafun ilay, kasra. What does that mean? Wilada means labor, right? So they're saying the hospital for labor, which I believe is actually called a maternity ward, like the maternity part of the hospital. Next, they said here, let's try to finish to the end of the page. وَمَنْ هَذِهِ الْفَتَاةُ الَّتِي مَعَكِ وَمَنْ هَذِهِ الْفَتَاةُ الَّتِي مَعَكِ أَهِيَ أُخْتُكِ. So we have a few new words here. We have the word al-fatah. Now we took the word fatah before, I believe, in the masculine form. We said it would be fatan. All right? Fatan, we said it can mean a young boy or an adolescent, a young man. And fatatu is the same thing. Young girl or, all right? It can mean a young girl or, again, an adolescent. In times of like a hadith or the time of the Prophet ﷺ, they might use the word fata and fatatu as like a slave as well. But for now, it means like a young boy, young girl. It could be anyone from a child to like a little bit of a teenager in that age, okay? So, fata, it could be anyone from a child all the way to a young man. And al-fatatu is the same thing. Anyone from a young girl, right? Or a little girl to a young girl, like before she's an older woman. So that's fata and fatatu. It's just used to say either a little girl or a little boy, and it can also be like in their older adolescence. It could be in that whole range. وَمَنْ هَذِهِ الْفَتَاةُ الَّتِي. There we go, الَّتِي is here. الَّتِي is the feminine version of الَّذِي. Doesn't need more explaining than that. You've taken الَّذِي. الَّتِي is the feminine version. Next. وَمَنْ هَذِهِ الْفَتَاةُ الَّتِي مَعَكِ. Who is that young girl? Which is, that is, the one that is, ma'aki. Remember we said التي is flexible in its meaning. أهي أختك. We have the word أختٌ. ما معنى أختٌ? You have أخٌ ذكر. أختٌ أنثى. Sister. Almost forgot that خاء. Next. أهي أختك. Is she your sister? لا هي بنت عمي. We have the word, there's a lot of words thrown up here, you know, اكتبوا بسرعة. لستم جدد. لستم بجدد. You are not new anymore. Am is uncle from your father's side. You add the ya. Am and ya, ammi. La hiya bintu ammi. She is the daughter of my uncle. We don't have cousin. You don't say the word cousin in Arabic. You say ibnu ammi bintu ammi. That means cousin. The daughter of my uncle, the son of my uncle. That's how you say cousin. Masmuha. Ismuha Fatima. What's her name? You know about adding ismu plus hiya, right? It's going to be mudafun ilay, so you're going to need this version of it. Ismuha. And when you combine them, it will look like this. Ismuha. Well, this fathah is there. This is a sukoon. اسمها فاطمة أهي زميلتك. أهي زميلتك. هذا الدرس طويل نوع ما ولكن لا بأس به إن شاء الله تجتهدون. This lesson is a little bit long, but it should be okay, and you all should just work hard إن شاء الله تجتهدون. And I'm going to expect more of you now that we're moving on in the book. A lot of you are enthusiastic, I should say, to get to the next lessons. But believe me now, we're going to increase the wattage a little bit. So, استعدوا. Prepare. نكتفي بهذا القدر. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وإلى اللقاء. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.